you dare to walk this path with me? One misstep, and we fall to our ruin. So take your first step. It's now or never!
What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you part 2 of my classes coverage video. So yeah, like I said before, I did split the video in half because it came to about 26 minutes. I know you guys don't necessarily like the long form videos, so of course here is part 2 to that video, where we will finish the intermediate classes and move on to the advanced classes, and then we'll be good. So there you go. So the Brawler is our first male exclusive class, the first of several, which is kind of annoying, and I was going to kind of talk about it in this video, but it would make this video too long, so I think I'm going to do a different video about this. So this video doesn't seem too negative because I just have nothing but negative thoughts on this. So yeah, it's the first male only class. It's the upgrade to, it's another kind of upgrade to the fighter. It's proficient in axe and fighting. You need at least a C rank in fighting to get to this class. And of course you get the barehanded battle ability with this class. So you can fight with a gauntlet. You can fight with a gauntlet when the weapon is not equipped. So essentially you can just knuck with people straight up. Well, the mage is the next level of magic user. Of course, they're proficient in reason and faith. You need a level C in reason to get to this class because it is predominantly a offensive magic class. That is definitely definitely seen in its ability, which is fire. It enables you to use fire, and if you already have learned fire, it doubles the number of times you can use it. Dark Mage, which is our second male only class, and is proficient in reason and faith, just like the mage. And more than likely it's going to have different growths, but you need a level C in reason to get to this class, just like the mage class. But it has two abilities. Hex, which reduces the void of adjacent foes by 20, and Miasma, which enables the use of the ability spell Miasma, and of course if you already learned it, it doubles the amount of times you can use it. And then Priest is basically the white magic alternative to the mage. You need reason and faith to get, well, it's proficient in reason and faith, but you need to be a level C rank in faith to get to this class. And it has the ability White Magic Recovery +5. It makes the potency of white magic spells +5, so it makes them heal better by 5. And Heal Enable, basically, or just Heal, basically allows you to use the ability of the spell Heal. And if you already have it, you can use it twice as much. Alright, so our first female only class, and that's the Pegasus Knight. Of course, it's proficient in sword, lance, and flying, which is interesting. I think this is the first time that I can remember that Pegasus Knights could use swords. Of course, they you have to be at least a level C rank in lance and a level D in flying to get this class. Now with this one, I really think you should be a better flyer than a lance user to get to this class, because falling off a horse is dangerous enough, but falling off of a flying horse, like, it's like, no, bro, that seems to be worse. But yeah, of course the ability for this class would be Avoid +10, which boosts Avoid by 10, and Move Again. So the advanced classes. So these are the classes that are level 20 and above. So we have Hero, which is our third male only class. It's proficient in sword and axe. And of course it has the ability Sword Flare, which gives you might +5, when a sword is equipped, and they have Vantage, a throwback ability from, I think, Awakening, probably even before that. It allows you the first attack when you're under 50%. So next is the Fortress. So he is the evolved form of the big boy, the evolved form of the knight. So basically, he gets to use lance, axe, and heavy armor just like the knight. And he has the ability Axe Flare, which is the same as Sword Flare, except with axes. And he gets weight -5. So this is an interesting one because this kind of this was confirmed a while back anyway, but this confirms that like weight and constitution are back. So essentially, weight -5, basically the combined weight of all the equipment is reduced by 5. So Paladin, you know what I'm saying? So Paladin is the upgrade to the Cavalier. So you need to be proficient in sword, lance, and riding, of course. It gives you this. It has the ability Lance Flare, which is the same thing as Axe Flare and Sword Flare, except with lances. And of course, you have terrain resistance. So basically, this unit does not receive terrain damage, and you also get move again, which means you can move after. Well, I already explained that one. I'm not gonna do it again. But the terrain resistance one is interesting. This one also reveals that you can actually get injured by the terrain, which that I did not know that. So next we have the Grappler. So the Grappler is our 4th male-only class. Not the last one though, the 4th one. And this one's proficient in fighting. Of course, this is the upgrade to the Brawler. It gets the ability Bare Hand Battle, which is, self-explanatory. And then of course it gets Gauntlet Flare, which is, basically another flare ability like Axe Flare, Sword Flare, Lance Flare, except this time with gauntlets. It's kind of weird that it doesn't get its own kind of special ability. Like, all the other ones kind of got, like, a flare and something special. This one kind of didn't, so it leads me to believe that maybe there's another gauntlet-based ability out there that hasn't been announced yet. Then we have the Warlock. So, of course, we have the upgrade to the Mage, aka the Dark Mage, technically, kind of, sort of. It's proficient in Reason and Faith. It has the ability Reason Flare, which is basically another flare ability, and it has dark magic use ×2, so it doubles the number of uses of black magic spells for that user, which that seems pretty awesome, especially if you have multiple spells. That means you can use them all double the time, so that's gonna be pretty lit. So the Bishop, so it's proficiency in Reason and Faith. This is the upgrade to the Priest. So of course it has all white magic based abilities. You get white magic X2, which doubles the uses of white magic spells, which is essentially the same thing as what the Warlock got for black magic spells. And you get white magic recovery +10, which is the same thing as the Priest ability, just increased from 5 to 10. Okay, so you need at least a ranking an A rank in Faith to get to the Bishop. So you need to be, in church every day. Alright, so the next 4 we don't have a lot of information on because they were just announced in the last couple of days. And it's going to be the Sniper, which I don't really know what the proficiencies are for this because they haven't been announced yet. But it does say that you need to be an A rank in bows to get this ability. I would assume that you're probably going to be able to use swords as well, like the other bow-based abilities. But right now, we know the only thing we know of is you need to be an A rank in bows, and that's really it. We don't know an ability or anything else for the Sniper. Same thing for the Warrior. This is going to be the Uber Axe base ability. You need an A rank in axes for the Warrior. The Worm Rider, or Worm Rider, however you want to say it. You need a B, at least a B rank in axe, and a C rank in flying to get to this class. We have no other details on that one. Let's see. We have the assassin, which is a sword and bow based class, because you need a B in sword or a C in the bow to get to this class. So that means that the sniper might actually not have swords at all. Then we have the obligatory sword master class, because of course this class has to be in pretty much every Fire Emblem game. And of course it's a special blah. You need an A rank in sword to use this class. And the last one being also, I think this is like the 5th male only class, and that is Dark Bishop. Essentially this will be the upgrade to the Dark Mage. So I would assume it specializes in reason and faith, or it's proficient in reason and faith. You need an A rank in reason to get to this class, and we have no abilities announced so far for this class. Whew! Alright, so that's about it for this. I know this video was long, but there was a whole bunch of classes. I hope you enjoyed this. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.